Right, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
We had Swindon Supermarine here on Saturday, and I think most fans left happy with a 4-2 victory.
Yeah, we don't get many games. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it was comfortable, but it was certainly it wasn't the nerve-shredding previous occasions we've had. Yeah, it was a good 10 minutes, good 15 minutes, wasn't it? I think we were clinical this time. Whereas, you know, if you watch the Tiverton game, if you watch the Kings Lynn game, there were moments in that game where we had far better chances, you know, easier chances, and we didn't take them. Whereas I think we've had 4 shots on target and scored four attempts, on target, and scored 4 goals. I think they've only had a couple, and they've scored 2. I don't think, to be fair, when I look back at the game, I'm not quite sure if either keepers had, apart from the goals, very much to do at all. And you add into the fact that we had a little bit of luck as well, because I've got to say, my heart was in my mouth when that lad went down. So I personally thought it was a penalty. However, I did think that Antonio's was a penalty as well. And both their players said that Antonio was clipped, and our players said that Harry Williams was clipped. So, I mean, that evens itself out, but it could have. Obviously, it was a big moment in the game, you know, and it could have put them 1-0 up, and with the other goal, we could have been 2 down. I think it probably might have been a different game then. So we've had our little bit of luck, and that's all. Which we're clinical, and things went our way, and that's great. And that hasn't happened, prior to Kings Langley. Absolutely nothing has gone our way. And
that's 3 in a row now, which is a little bit of a run of form, should we call it? I mean, we had a fight for the first 2, but we got that, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've done absolutely fantastic with what we've had, what's been available, what we've had to work with, what they've given me as a unit. If anything, they've got closer and closer. If you'd seen them after the Swindon game, celebrating, and look, we question players, we question how much it means. To this group, it really does mean an awful lot, and that's. You're halfway there when you've got people who care, and that's what it's all about. You play the game like you care about it, and you play the game like it really matters. Then we've all got a chance, and so with this group, I think we've got a group that every one of them cares about what they do. Plus the fact that we've even got even players now, young lads, the squad players, your Ben Stars. That Devon Arnold's, that type of player. I would say they're pretty much where they need to be. I don't look at Ben Starr and think Ben Starr could do better. I don't look at Ben Starr and think Ben Starr can be fitter, can be stronger, because I think he's just about where he needs to be. I look at Devon Arnold and another lad who's fit, who's lean, who's trim, who you look at him and go, there's nothing really more you need to do. All you need to do now is keep getting experience, keep learning, and you'll get better. And I think that's, rather than, I say, I'm trying to explain something to players. When they say players, at times we're playing players to get fit. What I mean by that is that we've been so short of players that some have come back prior to being actually fit and sharp and ready and had to play. And that's never, we've had Fitch, Harry Baker, Josh Wakefield, Sam Roberts, to name but 4 who've played in certain games, but I know have played because they've had to, not because they would have if others had been available. And that's what we mean. I feel now I've got 11 players plus the lads on the bench. I'm not looking at them saying he's only 80%. He's still struggling. I know he's not going to be playing a full game. Josh Summerton, the times that Josh has played this year, carrying his hamstring. So now you just feel like it's okay. It's a fit squad, and it's a squad that can go out there and do themselves justice. Where certainly on in the season that hasn't really been the case. So it's been good, and it's coincided. There's no doubt that's coincided with our results and and a pick up in form. And we've kept 11 men on the field.
That helps.
That helps. You've seen just seen Tottenham. We've seen loads of teams. Poole Town go to Kings Langley, lose a player in the 7th minute and get beat 3-0. It's virtually impossible if you're playing against decent sides to win with 10 men.
You were talking about the team togetherness and the celebration. I was actually in the tunnel as Sam Ashton walked into the changing rooms on Saturday after getting off the mark, and the lads went mad, didn't they?
I'll tell you what, I looked at the highlights. You sent me the highlights, and after the third goal, it was sort of like, it wasn't muted, but the lads went across, and you know, when Sam scored, everyone ran over to the far corner. Every player to a man, and I think that's, you know, I spoke to him obviously in the week. I was just, you know, just talking about his situation here and everything, and he said, I've never been in a dressing room, you know, that's like this. So it's absolutely fantastic. He says, best dressing room I've ever been in.
And the fans stuck by him as well, didn't they? You could tell that the supporters.
People will stick by you if you're working hard, and also he's got great quality as well. You know, you can say what you like, but you know, the kid gets hold of it for us. He gets us up the pitch. You know, he works so hard. And I just said to him, "You'll score because the chances are there." And in the end, it was a really good finish as well. I didn't from where we were, I couldn't see, but you know, actually looking at the replay, it's a great finish. We just headed it back across over the keeper. So absolutely chuffed, and that's probably the highlight of the day for everybody.
Looking forward to Poole Town on Tuesday evening.
Interesting one, because aside from obviously Kings Langley, they've done very well this year. You know, took Chippenham all the way, you know, to the Conference South side. Unlucky in the replay. They've had some good results in the league. If they beat Kings Langley, they'd be right up behind us. So I watched them play against Taunton, and they were very, very good. So am I looking forward to it? Not really, because it's going to be a really tough game. But you know, are we in good shape? And should we be confident enough to go into it saying we're going to give them a good game? Yes, we are. So you know, we'll approach every game with, you know, and give the due respect that the opposition deserve. And they're a good side. They're one of the better sides in the division. So you know, we know it's going to be a tough game.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you Tuesday evening.
Pleasure. Thank you.